South Africa's dedicated police force works tirelessly to combat crime and violence. To start, could you elaborate on some key initiatives they are implementing?
Certainly, initiatives like the anti-gang unit focus on dismantling crime syndicates that operate across major regions. This unit exemplifies how intense, targeted enforcement can make neighborhoods safer. In 2022, they orchestrated major raids that reduced gang-related incidents by 15%.
However, the public still perceives a high level of crime. What challenges do these police forces face that might undermine their efforts?
Challenges are indeed significant. Corruption within ranks and limited resources often cripple operations. Despite dedicated units, it's reported that over 50% of officers face equipment shortages, which affects their response times and effectiveness.
Given these hurdles, what innovative strategies could enhance their impact in the long run?
Proposals include a shift from traditional models to community-based strategies, leveraging technology like predictive policing tools. Moreover, training programs focusing on ethical policing and resource management could redefine law enforcement efficiency.
Transitioning to community engagement, some regions have seen success through community policing. How does this approach contribute to reducing crime rates?
Community policing emphasizes partnerships between law enforcement and local residents. In areas like Khayelitsha, officers who actively participate in community events build trust, making citizens feel more invested in local safety strategies. As a result, there was a 20% reduction in petty theft last year.
Yet, not all communities experience these positive changes. What are the potential pitfalls of relying heavily on community policing?
True, the success of community policing is inconsistent. It can falter in neighborhoods with deep-seated mistrust of police, often linked to past abuses or ineffective response during crises. This mistrust can perpetuate a cycle of apathy towards cooperative safety efforts.
Looking ahead, how might this relationship between police and communities be strengthened further?
A vital step forward is incorporating feedback loops where residents voice concerns and suggest policing priorities. Additionally, expanding educational outreach that demystifies police work could foster mutual respect and understanding.
Moving on to underlying causes, socioeconomic factors like poverty fuel crime in South Africa. What initiatives address these foundational issues?
Programs targeting education and employment have been pivotal. For instance, the Youth Employment Service, YES, created over 100,000 jobs for young people in its first 3 years, addressing the unemployment that often pushes individuals towards illegal activities.
Some critics argue that such initiatives are mere band-aids. Do you think these criticisms hold water?
Critics raise valid points. Systemic poverty demands comprehensive strategies. Short-term employment schemes must dovetail with broader economic reforms to create sustainable change, like fair housing policies and equitable access to education.
Could we predict success should these measures expand? What does the future hold?
An optimistic scenario sees these programs laying a groundwork for a more egalitarian society. Coordinated national policy shifts and robust local governance could eventually diminish crime rates and inequality, fostering a safer communal environment.
Let's discuss reforms in the criminal justice system. How could adjustments here bolster public safety in South Africa?
Reforming outdated laws and streamlining court procedures can significantly expedite justice delivery, reducing case backlogs that currently stand at 60,000. Quicker resolutions could deter repeat offenses and enhance public trust in legal frameworks.
Some fear that reforms might focus excessively on penal measures. Could this be counterproductive?
Only if they neglect rehabilitation and reintegration. Balancing punitive action with adequate support and education for offenders is crucial. Without addressing root behaviors, the system perpetuates a revolving door of crime.
What forward-thinking reforms could further transform South Africa's justice landscape?
Expanding restorative justice practices and integrating technology like virtual court systems can facilitate swift, fair trials while preserving human dignity. As these reforms take shape, they could redefine how effectively nations worldwide tackle crime.